Hi, I'm Brad Power, the host of the Linnea Olson Hackathon, and I think this might be meeting number like 16. And I'm real glad to see that Linnea is with us today, and very curious to hear what's up.
Well, special emphasis on with us. um, it has been a busy week. I was to get a Pleurex catheter installed on Wednesday, and the most bizarre thing happened. I'm on the table in my Johnny, all prepped, and the surgeon comes in and says they won't be performing this particular procedure because my insurance pays for the procedure, but not the supplies. Yeah. And I was like, you couldn't have told me sooner, before I'm on the table in my Johnny. And we discussed the alternatives, which were another thoracentesis or a TELC procedure, which would have required admission to the hospital. And I was just so thrown off because I explained to them I'll be starting back on the drug today that caused my last massive pleural effusion. And this is how we were going to manage it. So I asked them to call my oncologist. I don't believe they did. I think they texted her. And then the surgeon explained that after two thoracenteses, the risk outweighs the benefit. And then he went ahead and performed a third on me. So, yes, healthcare at its best. So they were only able to get out 250 millimeters this time. It was very serous, very viscous. But the x-ray afterwards showed that there are still pockets or loculations, as they call them, of fusion. So that lung remains a project. So I saw Jess yesterday, and of course we discussed Wednesday and how I felt about that. And then she had some news for me, and that is that hopefully I'm going to get TPX in 2 weeks. So yes, so that gives me a horizon line. And as it would turn out, the way the TNO 155, the SHP2 inhibitor, the way that trial works is you take TNO 155 for 2 weeks with lorlatinib, and then you get a week off. So I took the pill on Wednesday, but yesterday was the start of the week off. So I'm hoping, yes, it means that I'm not going to get a massive pleural effusion again, at least not in the coming week. What will remain in question is the following week, when I will have to go back on that if TPX doesn't come through sooner. So I may be having a fourth thoracentesis, but we're getting there. And I will tell you that I also pushed discussion with Jess again about surgery. And I said, if I were calling the shots here, we'd be taking my left lung out and then starting me on the trial for TPX, because it could go after what the little bit of cancer I have in my right lung. And she is not a fan, but I'm going to push she and Alice to at least discuss this with the tumor board. There must be a surgeon there, because the way I view it is my left lung at this point is kind of irreparably damaged. It's partially collapsed. It's got these pockets of fluid. It's got cancer in it. I mean, it's a mess. So I would love to just get rid of it and work on the cancer in my right lung. That's my story.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, I can only reminisce slightly as I was consulting to airlines, and I would take these horrific airline flights, and it was just more fodder for me to use with them to describe how horrible their service was. And it's
Yeah.
like, but this is the latest. That's the only positive you can get out of this latest insult, is to be able to put it on your blog and say, yet again, the health system isn't working for me.
Yeah. And you know what? They may as well have said to me, you're low income, so we're not going to give you this particular option. And I didn't think they could do that. But I do feel the whole situation was handled very poorly. It left me feeling very vulnerable. And I asked Jess to speak to the pulmonology team because I said, I don't want this happening to someone else.
Yeah. Wow. Well, I'm sure everybody here commiserates because we're all, kind of warriors for patients in working in the health system. So you know that we're all with you on that. Any comments or questions for Linnea in response to her update?
Well, I would just say that's great news, though, that maybe in a week and a half to 2 weeks that you're able to get the turning point therapy. That's phenomenal.
It is.
Originally, they told you 4 to 5 weeks. So, I think that's a very positive development. And I know that week and a half, 2 weeks may seem like an eternity right now, but that's really, I think, could be transformative. So while we can complain about the healthcare system, I think this is a good outcome. And I don't know, it's hard to decide, but with regards to surgery, it might be better to not put your body through that stress and get on the therapy for a while first, because even if the surgery was completely successful, it could delay the start of the trial or maybe make them reluctant to have you be part of that EAP program for the therapy. So
Right.
I think this is actually, I'm actually the least qualified person on this call to have an opinion. We all know that, but I think it's very positive, and I think that therapy will then allow you to decide longer term with Jess about surgery options. But I think this is a very good holding pattern with a very hopeful possible next step.
Yeah, and I have to commend Jess. I mean, she's been working very hard behind the scenes to push on them to get this drug to me sooner. So I'm very appreciative of that.
Yeah, you weren't part of the previous conversations, Linnea, but I first want to acknowledge Jeff, who was very aggressive in suggesting that there were faster paths than the 4 to 5 weeks. And then Kimmery, who was sympathetic to Jess's lot because you're not her only patient, and it does require a lot of administrative work and probably being annoying to Turning Point or what have you. There's a lot that falls on Jess in that situation. But I got a message from Ricardo Salgado who said, Jess is good and she will go to bat for you. So that does all feel like a good cycle.
Yep.
Okay. Question in the chat, Rick. What you got?
Yeah, just curious. I don't know the name of the therapy that you're seeking from Turning Point. Could you let me know, please?
Yeah, it's TPX. I think it's 0131.
It's a 4th generation ALK
TPX?
inhibitor.
Yeah, TPX is from Turning Point.
Okay. Was there any mention or thought of immunotherapies to combine? Sorry, there's a dog fight here. Hey.
Not at this point. I think this TPX drug has the potential to have some difficult side effects. So we'll see.
it seems to me, and I'm learning, but it seems to me like I brought up immunotherapy 7 times so far, and I don't seem to ever get a good. Maybe I'm not, don't have my listening ears on. It's so obvious to everyone. It seemed like we've really explored that option to the fullest, and I would think, I mean, if it were me, and it is me in prostate cancer, I'm hoping for the cavalry to come over the hill and find the secret combination that might be best suited for me. And so I'm not sure how your PDL1 stain. I imagine you had that, and I'm pretty sure it came
Yeah,
back.
and it was negative.
It came back negative. But that was on the primary tumor, I guess.
Not the primary tumor. No, it would have been on a biopsy later.
Okay.
And you know, Rick, I think the consensus in much of the lung cancer community, and certainly with my oncologists, is that immunotherapy is, I mean, it's so promising. It's something that we all want, but that we're maybe just not there yet with lung cancer, and particularly ALK positive lung cancer.
There's a there was also though a clinical trial, a TIL, tumor infiltrating lymphocyte. I'm just looking at the notes, that's available in the fall, and Jess Lynn, Al Shaw, and Emily Venanzi were also thinking that would be another good option. But it was, I think, Rick, in the prioritization, it came up secondary to, second to this Turning Point drug. So there is, and I mean, does TIL fall in the category of immunotherapy? Just to expose my ignorance.
Yes, TIL is tumor infiltrating lymphocytes.
Yeah.
So, to activate the immune system, the typical kill is CD8 T cell, CD8 T cell, which is a leukocyte, and it's the kill of the adaptive immune system on the tumor. So yeah, you need tumor infiltrating lymphocytes. And
so I would just say that, so I think that's plan B, or, that plan A is Turning Point, plan B is that. So
now, just wanted to, I'm a little familiar with the TIL trials. Is this going to be at NIH, or are you guys looking at the University of Minnesota? Because I know they're doing a TIL trial with CRISPR.
This TIL trial was available at MGH in the fall.
Okay, because I know right now, currently at University of Minnesota, they have a TIL trial with CRISPR, and they like lung tumors. Now, I don't know if they're just primarily looking at colorectal, because that's what I am, but my understanding was they like liver and lung tumors, at least 1 centimeter, the bigger, the better. And the thing is, they take it, they're going to remove it from you, and then they're going to grow your TILs. So you're going to have to be on another treatment, for several months for them to grow these TILs. So it might be worth it just to reach out to them, send them your information, and just see if you'd be a possible candidate, because you could do that and then do this treatment on your EAP while they're growing your TILs. And then that way, if that doesn't work, you can immediately then jump on that. I mean, that's just a thought.
And it's something to do with that left lung you want removed.
Right.
Yeah, you get it all done at once, right?
Plenty of biopsy material in there.
I got a big ass tumor in there. They can have all of it.
Get 2 for 1, right? Get rid of it and hopefully use it. I don't know. I mean, I'm tongue in cheek. I don't know if they would do that, but it's definitely worth reaching out.
Well, ultimately my meeting with Jess yesterday, I mean, I have been feeling rather nihilistic, in part, I think, because I got so sick with the pneumonia, and to feel myself failing that way and to have these other challenges too, it was like, I don't know if this old body can keep going. But I feel my will to live reemerging, and just yesterday Jess said, she felt that there were still options. So it's always good when you hear your oncologist say not just option, but options. So.
Great. Linnea, I feel like given your energy, we should probably let you get back to things. And just one question I'd like to close with. Is there anything we can do to help?
Not at this juncture, but again, I want to reiterate that certain things have been so helpful. I mean, first of all, just all the love and support and knowing that people care, but having my records so accessible on Citizen is a boon. And the additional genetic information we got through the testing is going to be very helpful. So, I've gained a lot.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Unless anyone has anything else, I think I'll wrap us for today.
Best wishes, Linnea.
Thank you. Thank you.
Very